you're new here, I'm Ellie.
I'm America.
And if you're not, then you know what's about.
Back.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I'll let you do that.
No, that's okay. Well, let's dive into our 10 and 10. I feel like not in lieu.
Yeah.
In lieu
In light?
in light, in
lieu, I think is right.
right. I thought like is in lieu in like replace of.
Oh.
In the spirit of our housewarming party that was during brunch, our 10 and 10 is our fave brunch item. So I can go first.
Okay.
Shout out Squeezed In from Carson City because their Jack Johnson pancakes are delicious. Have you had those?
Oh, no, but banana pancakes hit.
Oh my gosh, with like a buttery maple syrup and then just like warm butter all over and then with caramelized walnuts. So good. I can never finish the whole thing. Like I need someone to share it with, but I will get that and my whatever dish I'm having. You need a
sweet and a savory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my top number one.
That's a good one. I didn't get a specific. My first one is orange juice.
That's my only like very deep specific cut, just because they are so good.
Yeah. Having orange juice yesterday, I never buy orange juice, but I was like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah,
Ellie's drinking it right now.
Drinking it right now.
Like, what a pleasant little thing. And mimosa also. Going from a mimosa to tequila sunrise or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
It's like, a mimosa is just so easy to drink.
Yeah.
And then tequila is just wow, but the orange juice cuts nicely.
Yeah. I'm not a big bubbly person. Mm-hmm. So the only time except for that's been changing recently, unfortunately, because I've been having way more soda. But I think mimosas have been like
soda as in a poppy?
No, I'll have a Diet Coke at work.
Oh, those are mini.
I know. But still, I'm like I've been like no carbonation, and now I'm like Diet Coke? Who am I?
That hits though.
Yeah, I need it. I need that little sugar rush. But yeah, no, orange juice is the best. And we also got tangerine juice. That was really good too. Really good. Very sweet. My next one is avocado toast. But I like the when you live in California, every place has avocado toast.
And it's $15.
And it's $15 and it's always just like I mean, I love avocado, but it's just like a shit ton of avocado and then salt on like the driest, crunchiest bread, and that's it.
The roof of your mouth.
And I'm like, I don't need all of that, but there are some places where it's like roasted corn and like pickled red onions and like you could add eggs. I'm like, that is the fucking avocado toast that I like.
Yeah,
like if you get a good one, it is really good.
What bread do you like?
I'm a fucking lunatic as I'm bitching about crunchy bread, but I'll get it on sourdough sometimes.
No, sourdough's good. It's just sometimes the crust is too crunchy. Like it literally creates wounds in your mouth.
Literally. But that's why I like, if you like, I'm going to deconstruct how I eat. But if you like take the avocado toast, like the avocado stuff off the toast, you can kind of like use the sourdough to like scoop it up if you need to. You know what I'm trying to say?
I do.
I don't eat like an animal, but it's good.
Well, my next one is hash browns. Potatoes in all their forms are really great, but a shredded potato in a compacted form that's like so easy to eat.
Literally.
Yum.
That's the only kind of potato that I really like crispy, golden brown hash browns. I'll eat those.
Yeah.
A baked potato, never.
Never. The little worst.
I lost my stuff. Oh, here we go. Oh, classic eggs and bacon. I, will always get that. If I can't find anything or if I'm, nothing beats, a shitty-ass diner with just, your 3 eggs and bacon with a side of toast.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is good.
It's always solid.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Because then you can put salt, pepper, hot sauce, do your own thing.
Dress it up.
Yeah.
However you like. Well, we bought scones. And I guess in my mind, I just always picture, a really dried out thing. But scones we got from Trader Joe's, I was like, wow, these actually are really good.
Yeah, all of them were really good.
Yeah, I ate every one.
Probably more than once.
Yeah, I was like, wow, these are kind of underrated. And I've gotten scones sometimes from like the coffee shop, and when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. So I feel like
Just
it's
depends on
crazy
where
that
you
I'm
get
putting it in my top 5. Maybe it's the recency effect, but I'm like, wow, this is like, yeah, a nice little breakfast treat with some coffee.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And they weren't dry at all. I'm looking at them right now. That's why my face is staring off into the distance. Yeah. My next one is a guava pastry with like a ham, croqueta, and Cuban coffee. I think just like I know the combination of the two. I guess it's not really brunch, but I do think like you can really eat that any time of the day.
Yeah.
They're so
that
good.
was so nice. I know. A Cuban coffee.
I try to replicate it at home, and I just after I broke my like little coffee thing.
Yeah. We can get another one.
Yeah. But
they're literally like $15. I was at TJ Maxx, and for some reason in my mind, when you broke it, I was like, yeah, that's like an expensive thing to replace. I'm not gonna, like, we'll just have to make do. And then I was like, wait, this is $15. Maybe I'll get it.
Crazy that we build things to be bigger in our heads than what they actually are.
We can never make Cuban coffee again.
Yeah, we're done.
My next thing is a fruit salad. I sometimes, like, I love fruit. Sometimes I don't want to eat it because it's like I don't really want to bite into an apple. When it's all chopped up and like mixed together, strawberries, apples, bananas, grapes, I'm like, wow, this is so lovely.
I know.
Fruit is so good, and it's in bite-sized form. You don't have to do a ton of work.
Yeah. I loved it. I love fruit. Which kind of leads into my next one, which this has only happened like a few times, but I think will like tie it into what we're talking about today. But a brunch charcuterie board where you can have a bite or a sip of everything. For example, like when I was thinking, I'm not a huge fan of Bloody Marys because I can't drink a whole thing. Yeah. But I would love like a little, like a this. Yes, like a flight would be perfect. Or like with the pancakes and French toast and all that stuff, like all of those are so good, but I don't know if I want all of it. Like I want that and then a little bit. And another thing, the quiche. Someone made quiche yesterday. Delicious. Like I want that with like a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Like I just want a charcuterie board of brunch items because I love it all.
That's a good call out.
Yeah, so that's like how I'm making that up in my mind.
I have had flights, not charcuterie of breakfast, but like a flight of mimosas or a flight of breakfast drinks. That's fun. It's a fun concept.
The place that I took my mom when she was here, the brunch place that we went to in La Mesa, had like board of pancakes. So it was like I forget what they named it. Something cute, like the sweet platter. I don't fucking know. Anyway, it was like you get your like 2 of the Oreo pancakes, 2 of the strawberry pancakes, 2 of this one. And it's like all on a board. So me and her and my sister were all like able to share it. So I think that's where I'm envisioning that, but for like
every breakfast item. That's fun. Well, recently, as of yesterday, our friend made like a Spanish pancake thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is so good. It was like potato-y, fluffy.
Like a tortilla or something,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then she put like avocado and tomato and some salt on top. And I was like, wow, this is so good. It tasted kind of like a hash brown, but like not. And kind of like a quiche, but not. It was really good.
That's a good description.
Yeah. It was like potato-y, eggy, fluffy thing.
I think she got it from Trader Joe's too. I'm telling you, Trader
Joe's
need to
sponsor us.
Yeah, seriously.
Be the first podcast sponsor.
I spent the first year of this episode talking about how much I hate it.
She spent the year hating it, and now look at us. We can't shut up about it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, no, I think was that your last one?
Yeah.
My last one too? Yeah.
Yeah, I love a brunch. Love breakfast. Honestly, it's nothing. I don't think there's anything at breakfast that I don't like.
Yeah.
Every breakfast food, I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. I love eggs and potatoes and meat now. Although I didn't list a single item of that. But it is good.
It is good. That's what I'm saying, a charcuterie board of all the brunch things. But I feel like this kind of leads us into our episode for today, which is our housewarming party. And we had it for brunch, so we kind of want to talk about like the highs that we had and just like hanging out with our friends, and then some things of like, you know, when you have people over, you make like mental notes for like the next thing or what to remember and things, and then talking about home ownership, highs and lows of that.
Crazy.
But we had our housewarming for brunch, and I think revolutionary to have a party during the day is like the best. And I know we've said this multiple times, and this is not like a hot take, but I just think, especially for brunch, like everybody came hungry. We had a lot of food, and I think most of it got ate, which was fantastic. There was still enough time to go do stuff after. You could drink without feeling like shit. It was like enjoying the beautiful day. I loved it.
I loved it.
That was my favorite part. Well, that was a little bit of extreme, but I liked that it was during that time, I should say. That was my favorite part. That'd be crazy.
I mean, I agree. I think it was like so fun to have it during breakfast time. I will say I was starving by the time we ate, because I usually eat like pretty early in the morning.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad that you had like made coffee, because coffee definitely was like curbing my hunger, but I was cracked out. I don't know how you drank so much coffee. I had 2 glasses or cups, and I was like, all right, we need to eat soon.
I had so much.
I'm going crazy.
I
know. We started at 10. It took a while for people to come. I think 10 a.m. on a Saturday is maybe a big ask of people, because they like, if you're trying to get something done in the morning, the thought process there was like, then people would come at 11.
Yeah.
But some people did come early, so which was great, and we got to visit. But then it was like, now we get to do it again in another hour with the next batch of people that come through. And I think, sorry, I'm kind of just saying a con, I guess.
Oh no, that's
right
okay.
Now.
There are no rules. I keep trying to remind myself that I have free will and I can do what I want.
Crazy. Maybe saying 10:30. So then it's like people start showing up at 11. I don't know.
I see what you mean. It was very intimate. We weren't we don't have like the capacity or in a good area to throw like a rager, nor did we want to. I think for something so like we wanted something a little bit smaller. So when it's already like a small group of people, and then you've done everything, you've done the tour, you've eaten, or like maybe you're trying to wait, and then the next group comes, it does create a little bit of like this awkward timing.
Yeah. But it was still good. I do think, because it was such a nice day, that by the time we had said 10 to 2, by the time it was 1, I was like,
we have to
let's
out.
Get outside.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were feeling that too. Yeah.
Let's go do something now. So I'm glad that we could do that. Like, it was good. It was a good start to the day. But when it's a beautiful day out, you don't want to be in the house. Yeah.
I love, this is like also not a hot take, but I love when people bring something to share. Like, that was the whole point of this. But I don't know, sometimes like in the past, I just show up to things and just like show up, and I'm really trying to not be that way. And I think being on the opposite end, we've talked about before, of like having people bring things. I am also like never ever upset at people that are like, okay, yeah, like I'm taking this back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, fully.
Like I feel like that is like, I don't know why I thought that, I don't know, like here's your stuff, but I'm actually like, no, please
take it back. We don't need 17 cinnamon rolls now. But thank you. No, I feel like that was the only thing on the invitation, was like bring a bite to share. And I feel like for a brunch, that's fun. And it's easy. Like, breakfast food is cheap. You're not asking them to bring like, I don't know, an entree of some kind, like a big thing. And it was fun to just see the table like full of all the different foods. And I feel like everyone, like, we ate so much, and then we'll get to this, I'm sure, but like we came back later and ate more, and it was great just to have it out, and all the food that, like, I don't want to make a quiche, but I'm glad someone else did.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the other things people made, and I'm glad they brought it.
Yeah.
Because then I got to enjoy all that too.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one.
I think too, like, I appreciated finally having people over to like validate that like the house is cute. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's just when you move in somewhere, like, you're so used to seeing things, and like when everything is not done the way that you want it to be because things don't happen overnight, you're just like, oh man, like it doesn't look good, or it doesn't like fit my vibe, or like this doesn't go here or work here or whatever, and like having people over, like even though we say that for each other, it's hard. So having like friends over and being like, oh my god, you set it up so cute, the decorations are so cute, or like in my mind I'm like, sure, but it's like, no, like it is just like, shut up, it is. Shut up.
I will say, I don't know why I'm starting out that way.
I was like, uh-oh.
I think it was nice to have... Okay, our house isn't fully done. Like, I feel like it's in a good place where I think both of us feel, like, comfortable having people over. It's not like the nasty carpet's still here. We don't have, like, anything set up. Like, we had the coffee bar. That was great. We have, like, we have seating. We have a feng shui happening. But it was also really nice that the house wasn't fully done, because I think talking with people, like, people wanted to do a little tour, and I think the tour kind of fell apart near the end. But in the beginning, it was like, what's like something you've done to this area and something you want to do was the questions that were being asked. And I feel like people were throwing out ideas of like changing the like handles on the cabinets and stuff in the kitchen, and how that might like change up the vibe, because I was like, I like the wood in here. I really like the tile. Like, I don't know
that you want to do anything
that I
want
to like change the kitchen, but it's like, I don't think the straight silver handle is my style.
Yeah.
But just how easy that would be, like a cheap thing to swap out that might change the vibe. And I think you had said this, like there's a massive, this room that we're in is huge. It's like the kitchen, the living room, the little office area, like all in one long line. Yeah. And you had said, I think, to think of it as like different rooms, and someone else just like reiterated that, and I feel like it was good to have other people's, I don't know, just input and ideas. It wasn't like anyone was like, oh yeah, you should really change this, but just like fun ways that we might make the space a little bit more ours.
Yeah, definitely. I know, I'm like, I still get ideas. I am very visual, and it's hard. Like, I would love to be an interior designer, but I never could, because I'm like, I don't know if that would work. Like, I would need to buy all of this and then see it, and if it doesn't work, well, then just try again, and that's just not how it works in real life.
The TV, okay, Ellie and I both hate our TV stand, and we want the TV hanging, and I don't know why. I was like, we can't hang the TV because the thermostat's there. And 3 people separately were like, you can just get one of the ones where you can pull the TV out. And I think you might have said this in the beginning, but I was like, nope, it won't work. And now I'm like, wait, why did I think that?
I do think, because you don't want it covered, and I understand that. But two, it's like, it would be cool to have it hanging. It's just when you like first move in, too, it's hard to like imagine. It's like, whoa, hold on, way too many changes.
Yeah, well, I also think we weren't entirely sure how we wanted where we wanted the TV to go, but I think we've decided there's really nowhere else for it to go.
Yeah.
Like we could put it on this wall, but then we wouldn't have the couch in a spot that would work. Yeah. So I have never hung a TV, but maybe that could be a project for us to figure out.
Add it to the list.
Yeah.
I think another high is that we had an activity to do after. Like, we kind of like came up with a plan, and I like that it was like a little bit spontaneous. I think in the past, like when we did Hot August Nights, I think we included that we were going somewhere, like a few places after. So I appreciated the people just like, no, yeah, we do want to get out. And we walked, and it was awesome. It was a new place that we've never been to by our house, which is nice, like create new memories with people. Yeah. In a space that we haven't been before. No, that's all I was going to say. I don't know why it like took me forever. Words out.
We did have an activity planned for during brunch, but honestly, I think there were more people than I was expecting. In my mind, I was like, yeah, I knew these people were coming. But I think seeing everyone in the house, I was like, we need, like, with all the food on the table, where can people put their plates? We need it on the coffee table where we had, all our art stuff set up. But I still think that was a cute idea. And, like, maybe if it was even a smaller group, then that would have worked better. Like, we had envisioned maybe people would want to be, like, making cards or do something fun like that. But I think, to your point, I liked that we just went to the tiki bar after, and everyone was like vibing, and I think it was fun that we didn't have so much like, this is the play-by-play of what we want the party to be, but we were like, yeah, we could go down to the pool, we have drinks, we could make that, or we could like go to the tiki bar, we've never been, it's around the corner. And I feel like everyone had dressed cute, so they wanted to, like, get out
Yeah.
and show off their outfits.
Yeah.
Which I get.
I don't really have too many, like, lessons. I feel like it was all, like, pretty... I think the only thing would be, like, next time do we tell the neighbors? If we're gonna have, like, more people?
I would only say that if, like, someone says something.
Yeah.
I do...
That's another thing. Having it through, like, I'm going to keep fucking talking about it. I loved having it during the day and early in the day because I felt like there was no expectation of, like, it was chill music, so you didn't have to have this, like, vibe of, like, rock and roll like last time.
Yeah,
or
we're
like
trying to, like, get excited to go out.
Yeah, it was none of that. Everybody was sitting down. We were all talking. So it was, like, loud, but, like, conversational loud, not, like, everybody's fucking whacked out and like ready to go to the bar. It was just like so chill.
We had the landscapers out doing stuff. Like, I think
I
that was
forgot about
louder
that.
than us talking.
Yeah.
Someone at one point was like, "Is your Roomba running?" I'm like, "No, that's just there. I don't know. They're like cutting the plants or something." So it's like there's noises happening. It's a freaking Saturday day.
That's true. Yeah.
Ellie and I could kind of feed off each other and, like, build it up. It's like, yeah, we got every point ready for this argument and nothing happened. So.
Oh, goodness. Why do we do that?
I don't know, but it was good. I do think that the timing piece, maybe a little bit later, is the only thing I would say. And I think that if you're going to... Okay, there were 2 guys that came. And they're great. They can hold their own. But I think maybe we could have, like, extended it.
At least to the boys that we know. But it's just, like, hard because, like...
we didn't invite any boys. Like, 2 people brought their partners. And it wasn't that they weren't invited. It was more of just, like, I don't care if you come or
This
not.
was also, like, very last minute. Kind of. Like, it was just more like I think... people just wanted to, like, celebrate you and be here. But I think for the next time, that's, like, a lesson. Next time we'll extend. I think we just didn't know what it would look like. And then once everybody was here and just the 2 guys were here, we were like, oh.
Yeah. I think they're kind of just like, okay, what are we doing? I will say the parties we've had when we do have, like, a more of a broader net cast, it can get kind of, like, overwhelming in the house. Like, when you're hosting a house party in a condo... you really do kind of need to limit it. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, we have a balcony, and yes, we have the pool, but it's like, this is a shared space. And so I wouldn't be like, yeah, everyone, like, free for all, go anywhere around the complex.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of people in the house, too. So I think that...
It's also, like, last time, when there's a co-ed or whatever the fuck you want to call it, parties, last time they were literally playing a drunk game of hammering nails into a log. It's like, do we need that? Did I want that for my brunch?
That's not the energy we're trying to have. We have cute floral plates. We have glassware. Like, come on now.
I just wanted it to be chill. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think it was fun that we explored a new place. I think that it was a good amount of people. Like, I don't know that I would love many more than that. Because, like, everyone had a seat. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, like, so many people that, like, no one knew where to be. And no complaints, honestly. I'm very happy about it. I feel like it was good.
What were your, like, top 3 convos from yesterday?
Oh, gosh. I feel like it's probably just because we got kind of drunk. I don't know what you're gonna say. I'm just laughing because there were so many funny ones. Like, it's just so fun. We're just fun. We are just fun. Okay, I'll keep it to the house specifically. I think the interior design combos were great. I enjoyed those. I like hearing other people's ideas and, like, their take on what they would do with the space.
Yeah.
I liked our bench and our entryway. There's a story behind it. First of all, it's like, it looks like an actual cow, and there's antlers everywhere. It's kind of crazy, but it's also just kind of fun, and it fits perfectly. Ellie and her mom found, like, these cute planters, and I feel like your plants work really well there. Like, I really like when you walk in and that's... But we all, for a good 20 minutes, stood around that bench and were telling the story of how the bench came to be and why it also involved this bed frame. And it's just, like, it's fun that all our friends know the history of the bench. Mm-hmm. I felt like that was good. And then we had a funny convo in my room about some things that you were deciding.
Oh, yeah.
With your body.
It's like, was I there for that? Oh, yes, I was. It was me.
I feel like that was just like girls being girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like whipped out my bra that I got signed by the band last week, and we were all just like, talking
laughing
about boobs.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I knew that. Yeah, that was, I forgot about that, but yeah, that would be on mine too. It is hard to keep it to the house. We did have some really fun conversations at the tiki bar, which I appreciated.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill, produce.
Yeah, which was hilarious. You know, like, I've said this before about some of my favorite moments with my family is when you're kind of having this, like, out of, like, I don't know, you know, in a movie when, like, the camera pans out and, like, it's all, like, the scene and everybody's talking. I think, like, some of those moments are my favorite, and I tried to take a video, except for both you and Sarah were making direct eye contact with the camera, and I wanted to be like, enjoy. But you had just, I think it was like the start of like the part A tour, like it hadn't really started, or like it did, but then you were moving and like everybody was kind of like trailing along, and I just felt like, I don't know, you could like hear everybody talking, and there were some people on the couch, and I think even though it's not necessarily a conversation that I was a part of, it was just like nice to hear everybody in a conversation.
Yeah. I do love that we have Polaroids.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun. We have a Polaroid wall of like parties and people that we've hosted over here.
Yeah.
And I love looking at them. I love that we have like pictures from different events that we've hosted, and like people can take their own, and I think that a lot of people like took some at the last party.
Yeah.
But I love just like having these memories to look at on our wall.
Yeah. So visible for everybody. It's like a fun little activity, installation piece.
Yeah. Sorry, I fully interrupted.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm just trying to think of the only other like conversation that I can think of is the whole, we were talking about mascots, or some mascot conversation got brought up, and it was like, you know, when like everybody is conversating in a circle and like you hear one thing, and then Erica was like, Ellie hates mascots, and then I looked over and I could hear my name, obviously, so I started to explain that, yeah, the mascot at the Padres game, whose name I didn't know at the time, so I was like, yeah, you know, Padre. And our friend literally spit her drink all over me. And it was just like so funny, and it's just like one of those things that like I just like word vomited, like, and then I was like, well, what is his name? And someone was like Fryer, and I was like, I knew that,
the
like,
Fryer,
the Fryer,
but
like,
also like
Padre,
Daddy
Padre. That's Daddy Dad. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah,
that was a good one.
Good vibes all around.
Also, the question of, would you have sex with Lord Voldemort?
Yeah, yes. And why is
the answer yes? That is a good question, and you should let us know
your answer
to that, because it's funny.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Good combos, fun times with friends. Do we want to talk about how the night ended?
Yeah, we should. How did the night end?
Okay, well, when we were at the tiki bar, which those drinks, we watched her pour the alcohol into them, but I swear it was like a little juice. I was just sipping it down.
It didn't taste. I was like, there's no alcohol. And I was like, wait, no, I saw her pour a shit ton in there.
Yeah. I had to get a spicy marg for my next one, because I was like, I need to like sip on this. The first one I got, I was like, pretty sure I almost drank the whole thing before I even got to the table. And I was like, oh, that's really bad. So when we were at the tiki bar and having these crazy conversations, someone was like, I feel like getting a tattoo.
Did you say that?
No.
Oh.
But I will say, on my actual birthday, I had an urge, and I was like, I want to get a tattoo. But then I knew that I had my triathlon, and I was like, I can't swim. So, like, whatever, I won't get it. But then when it got brought up again, and I was under the influence, I was like, yes, I want to do that.
Crazy ass.
I'm like, this day cannot end. And because we started early, as we keep repeating, we still had days.
Plenty of time.
It was not even 6 p.m. So we get back, everyone says their goodbyes. Ellie and I, like, clean up the kitchen.
And also because it's brunch, there was food left over, like Erica said at the beginning. So everybody was feeling good, walking back, came home.
ate.
A full platter. Just brunch.
Yeah, probably disgusting. The cream cheese had been left out for the day.
But
we
bomb.
ate it. And honestly, I feel fine. So it was great. We were feeling really good. And I was like, hey, let's go.
Should we go?
See. Let's just like go check it out. And I just gotta say, if you have a best friend and you have the chance to live with them, it's just like so much fun.
It really is.
Like our life, I'm like, I would not do this by myself. If I lived by myself, I would have gone home and like that would have been the day. Like it's so fun.
It is.
Literally us just like walking down the road, chit-chatting and like
why I'm crying.
well no, I'm like about to too, because we like went past one tattoo parlor and it was closed. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a sign, but let's like just try one more. And we keep walking and like
beautiful sunset.
Yeah, we were also like, I've never seen this many people out before.
I know. Like every we go out, it was like the Truman Show. Everybody starts moving around, and we're like, "Do you guys live here as well on this street?"
On this street, I've never seen you in my life. What did you say? I've never been outside at this today before, and I was like, yeah. Me neither.
Today.
We're just like, I don't know, it's just a good day, and it's fun to not have, like, you don't have to have the day end when you live with your best friend, because you just get to keep the day going.
Yep.
And we had, like, come up with this whole other plan of this, like, natural wine bar. I think being in a new area, too, like, we haven't had a ton of time, you and I, to just go do stuff, because it's, like, we work at different times. I think when we do have times off, it's, like, we either just need to chill, or there's already something planned that we're going to. So I feel like it was fun to like, yeah, let's go here, and then maybe we'll try here. And we went to the tattoo shop, and literally I got a fucking sardine on my wrist.
The conversation on the walk, though, really, I mean, I think we know each other pretty well, but what is so amazing about human beings is you really cannot anticipate, no matter who you are or what you're going through, like someone is going to throw a curveball. So we're like walking down, like trying to like figure out where we're going to go. And then I'm like, well, what are you thinking about getting? Like, what's the vibe? A sardine fish. You know those sardines? Yeah. One of those. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? But immediately as you said it, like I could picture it and I was like, oh, love it. And then my immediate thing was, should I get a pufferfish?
And this is how we end up with a butterfly on your finger that no one knows looks like a butterfly, and it's your first tattoo, and you get it on your fucking finger. And it's crazy. But it also shows, okay, you can't really see because it's like what
like,
is it called?
The, like, whatever, tape is still on it.
Tape is still on it, and the ink is kind of, like, gross. But elevated. How old were we?
That was 2022.
22, so that was 3 years ago?
Yeah. Because we got it, the birthday trip, no, that can't be right. That can't be right.
I think it was 2021.
Maybe.
No.
We always do this. Why can't we never?
I feel like I was like 25. I want to say.
You were, and it was my 26th birthday, and you were 25. I was turning 26.
Okay. 25 to 29. We've elevated.
Difference.
And I also, this other one I got that I can't really show you because I have this shirt on, fully came up with it as I'm speaking to him about getting a sardine. I'm like, my library card. I love that picture on it, and I want it to look like a postage stamp.
But this guy took it in stride. Like,
yeah.
You know when you go into a like, sometimes it's finicky and you never know what you're going to get. It was so good. I loved it. Loved him.
He was
it was such a vibe. Like, it was so much fun. And also, like, what?
It was
just
6
literally
PM,
us. It is polite as fuck to the max.
Yeah.
I know, 6 p.m. Saturday. Boom, let's go.
6 p.m. on a Saturday after we hosted a housewarming. We got some tattoos, and I just feel like it was... I love that this is the life that we're living, and, like, this is so fun. And I also just, like, very much appreciate... This isn't meant to be, like, my life is so good, but it is, like... taking a moment to celebrate these things and like to celebrate friendship too. I do think sometimes, like, you might have been able to tell recently, at least I have been in a horrible rut, and
Same.
like really trying to pull it together when we get on to do the podcast. But I think it honestly left me feeling like relief and just like life is good, life is fine, like this is a life that I love, and I'm so thankful that I get to like experience this and that this is what I'm doing right now. And I am like, yes, it's stressful and I don't know what I'm doing 90% of the time, but like, how fun is it that I get to do it with you and these people?
Yeah. So true. It is.
So true.
So true. Oh gosh. No, I cannot agree more. I think it was perfect and the vibes were high. The sun was out. And
the sun turns me into a feral person. I am just
Truly.
like, summer is going to be crazy.
I know. It's like a little taste.
Yeah.
A little taster. I recently was telling people that I work with, we were talking about seasons for some reason, and we were ranking the seasons, and I was like, I think spring is my least favorite. I think I said fall, summer, winter, spring. And I was like, they were all like, what? The flowers, the birds, blah, 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 blah. And I think, like, just recently, I think it just reminds me so much of, like, the new year of having to, like, reset and refresh, and all of a sudden you're, like, kickstarted into, like, this, like, feeling of, like, needing to have everything figured out and ready for summer and, like, summer ready and summer this and all these things to, like, be prepared. And I think yesterday it was, like so chill. Like, I could enjoy spring for what it was. It was not this like rush. I didn't feel this like, I don't know, it was like not a party and I loved that.
I did too. Yeah, very low stakes, just hanging out. I think it was just getting together with friends was a good vibe. So host a party at your house and get outside. Yeah. That's the takeaway.
Oh my gosh, I just died. Okay, well, real quick before we wrap up, I know we'll have like a whole episode dedicated to this, but I feel like we're finally able to celebrate you buying this house. So what have been some like lessons that you've learned during this like home buying process, and then what have been like the highs since either during the process or really since like kind of being like settled into like your home, your accomplishment?
Good question. I think buying a house, like, it was something I wanted to do, but I was also like, if I don't find something that I like, I'm not going to buy something. And I think that I was getting to a point in looking at places that I was like, I'm so over this, honestly. Like, anything in my budget needs so much work put into it. And I think that my first lesson would just be to, like, not give up. But just, like, don't settle for something if you don't feel, like, good about it. There were a lot of places that I was, like, trying to justify in my mind. I'm like, this could work. Like, I could try and, like, I can see a vision of something that could be here. But I think depending on where you're at in your life, if, like, having a fixer-upper is what you want, then sure. But if not, it's, like, I really didn't want to put a ton of, like, time into making a house feel like a home. And I feel like this place, the floors were the biggest thing for me, that I was like, I know that replacing these floors, the rest of the, like, skeleton of this place is good. And I don't think that, like, it needs a ton of work right away. And sure, there's, like, always little things you can be doing, like what is that called?
Handles?
Isn't there, like, a name?
Oh, maybe.
The
Cabinet fixtures?
The fixtures, right?
Just made it up. Well, I'm guessing the like light fixture, so like cabinet fixture.
Cabinet fixture? I don't know. But
like that is different than like your, like if you needed to tear down a wall, or like if there was like mold or something like that. Like that's a different type of home improvement project rather than like the floors. But yeah, that makes sense.
There were like a lot of places that had been like fixed up and were more expensive, and you kind of start to learn. You kind of start to see that it's like, no, they literally just replaced the cabinet fixtures. It's still the cabinets from the 70s, and I'm not going to pay $50,000 more for this place for that.
So fuck yeah.
So no thanks. But I think post buying the house, obviously there's a lot like within that, is to be okay with like living in just like the different phases. I think in the beginning I was just like feeling so frustrated and like not wanting to have anyone over because of the floors and stuff. But even just the conversations I had yesterday, I'm like, not that we didn't talk about it, but it's just nice to have like people who don't live in the space be like, oh, this is like a fun idea. And I'm like, why have I been so hesitant to like have anyone over? Because I'm sure I would have like, it would have helped us get more ideas earlier. Like, I think we've talked about a lot of good things, but I'm also like, wow, that was silly of me to like gatekeep my house because I'm like,
I love that.
you gotta wait until it's all fixed. And I think the house means so much more to me because like you live here and because like our friends have been here. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. I bought a place in San Diego, but it's also like, this is like a place that's, we get to like host the people that we love. And like, this is ours. And we like freaking our old landlord. I don't care. I want to change this thing, or we can do whatever we want here. And it's fun. I do like that part.
Yeah.
And along the lines of like being able to live in the like in between phases is like, you just spent a fuck ton of money and it's okay to just like be okay with your stuff for a bit. Like, yeah, sure, it'd be really nice. I found a bar cart that, I think I told you this, was like $30,000, and I was like, that will never be happening.
What is it made out of? Freaking unicorns?
Like, I was like, okay, we got this like cheap bar cart. I think our friend gave it for free, but I'm like, but I want something different. And then I start looking, and then you can go down the rabbit hole of like new or whatever. But I'm like, this works great, and this is fine, and I don't have the money, nor will I ever spend $30,000 on a bar cart. But like,
that's not the point.
The point is, yeah, like, we can make stuff work. Like, even the drawers that I had that you gave me your old ones, like, great. Those drawers were still doing a job for me that I need, and it's fine. They're the plastic drawers from Walmart. No one's seeing them.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
So, because I think sometimes it's like, okay, I bought a house, I need it to like look a certain way because you have this vision now that it's your space. But I think I've come to learn that it's like, that comes over time. And the like eclecticness of all the mismatched pieces is like kind of what makes it unique.
Yeah. And nice to see in someone else's eyes too.
Yeah.
But you said something, like, I think what I needed too was like to really, it's not that I did a deep clean, but just like tidying up makes you see your things more different. Like, I was going back and forth about my bookshelf for some reason and really trying to talk myself into getting another one. And I'm like, that's so unnecessary. Like, if I just move things around and create it to more be like a place where I put like my art stuff or my plants or something, I'm like, now I'm like, I love this. Why the fuck would I get rid of this? I also got it like a year and a half ago.
Wait, you wanted to get rid of it?
Yeah, I literally was like, should I just get another one? I was thinking about, I was just this whole Pinterest I love, but sometimes gives me crazy ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that made me, to your point, when we had people over, it forced me to like, okay, Erica, just figure out a place to put this thing that you have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. Like,
just
why have I
to
been
be
dragging my feet for so long to like move some things around in my closet to fit stuff?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, this is like, I feel so much more at peace.
Totally. Totally.
Are
you done talking about your house?
Well, I was just going to transition us of like, speaking of hosting people and it forcing you to like figure out your space. You just said different ideas of like house, like parties that we want to host. And I think that while we love a day party, a few people brought up like our book club and how it fell off the face of the earth. And I'm like, I do love like a very chill wine night with the girls and just like, we really don't talk about the book at all, but it's like, there's not a TV going, there's not like, you're literally just sitting there talking and it's very mellow and you're in your sweats and then you go to bed. And I feel like I would like to have one of those.
Oh, I love that.
Like a wine night, book club / it doesn't need to be book club.
Yeah. I can't wait to have a pool party. Like, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
If like we could just, if it was like a little warmer and we could just pick up everything that was happening in here and just like transfer it over there and just be chilling there all day, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Like, I will buy floaties. I want to get one of those like floaty buckets that hold ice and we can put our little, I'm like ready. I'm so ready.
Our pool is like,
and there's like never anyone over there.
Never anyone over, and the greenery around it, like I feel like I'm in Miami.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and it's like secluded. I love that not all the apartments are like looking in on it. Like it's very it's tucked away in the back.
Yeah.
And that's a good one. I'm very excited. I know other of our friends have pools, but no one's really hosted a pool party, and I'm like,
we'll be the first.
We'll be the first. That one I might tell our neighbors.
Yeah. That'd be great.
So hey, we're gonna have 20 people over, and we're all gonna be in the pool. So,
just to let you know.
Just letting you know. For context, the reason we're scared is because the HOA rules say that you can only have 6 people over before you have to tell the HOA that you're having people over, and I didn't do that yesterday because I'm like, that's stupid. I get it for something like what we're talking about, where it's like, we're going to take over the pool and we're going to have to keep walking back and forth between the house and there. So, but I think that's fine. I feel like people, aside from, our neighbor said the old owners of my unit were, like, very strict.
Yeah. And since they're gone, I feel like people have been, like, a little bit more mellow.
It's also, like, younger people moving in. Like, 3 people just moved out. One person that got a place is, like, a younger guy. Our neighbors are younger. It's, like, a family that seems really chill across the way. Like, I think it would be fine. It's just
bring back the parties.
Bring back community.
I love that.
Yeah, I think a pool party is good. I would like to do like another candle or like craft focused night, like when we hosted our candle making. Yeah. But that might need to be like a fall.
Yeah. I loved our theme. Like the Hillary Duff one was perfect. Like I love something like that, but I don't have like a good example. The only other thing that I can think of is, it's not mine, and I don't know if we could do it here. I mean, we could, but one of our friends recently was talking about having one of those like the viral like presentation parties or whatever. Night. Yeah, PowerPoint night. And I'm like, that would be so much fun. It's a little stressful because I'm like, when there's no structure and there's no like rule book, it's very difficult for me. She's like, no, it can be on whatever. And I'm like, no. You need to give me a prompt and tell me how many slides and how many words. Like but that's the fun of it. So maybe that's just an exercise. It will be good for me. But I'm like, that's really fun. Like I would love to see, like, our people are just so fucking smart. Like and creative and fucking funny that I'm funny. Like, that would be good. So not my idea, but I can't wait to be involved on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let us know your party ideas. Did you have more?
Yeah, no, that was it. I can't really think of any.
Yeah, I feel like there's some good ones out there. Thanks for listening to us ramble about our house party, and hopefully it was entertaining in some way you could envision what the vibes were. But it's just fun to host. I think I am entering more of like a hosting era, whereas I feel like before I've not always been so keen to do that. Don't stress about getting all the new things and having all the stuff. I feel like you'll realize when your friends are there that it's like, that's really all you need is the people.
Yeah.
But so you know where to find us. Platyspud Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.